Go.
What do you dislike about poker? Is there anything that you would have change to the industry or anything?
I definitely don't like losing. I mean, if I could change that, that would definitely be the biggest thing. But I mean, I live in a house with 6 people, and everyone in the house plays poker. And I've had roommates who lose $1,600 in one night, and I mean, I've seen grown men cry over poker. So. But I mean, at the same time, those same people come on cloud 9. Same thing. You either love it or hate it.
In the times that you are winning, do you feel like you're on the pedestal? And the times that you're losing, do you feel like you're just down?
Oh yeah, you're on
depressed?
top of the world. I've lost a lot of sleep over poker, and it's a really bad feeling. But I mean, it can bring you up or take you down really quickly. So.
Like I said earlier, I've never lost, so I'm on the up and up. So I've never felt that depression. So I'm still on cloud 9 of denial, but.
For me, it's more like, you know, y'all love to win and everything, but every time I do lose, I lose due to the fact that I made a mistake, honestly. So I don't blame nothing, I don't get depressed from it, I just try to learn from it and move on. But that's also a problem.
I would definitely agree with you. Every time I stop using logic and act on emotion, that's when I really lose.
Exactly. That's one of the biggest problems. You can't control your emotion, you know. So even if you have, let's say and you're looking at the card, your body will react a certain way as soon as you get a bad hand. So I think that you brought a good point. That's something you can't control. Even if you wanted to change it about poker, you can't, because that's solely on you.
So emotions plays a real big role in gambling, especially poker. Could emotions get in the way of, say, like how good you're playing, or like how often the hands you play? And
They'll definitely cloud your logic. You can, you only picture yourself winning when you play or when you want to play. You don't ever picture any of the bad things that come out of it.
What do you think the future holds for poker? Like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, anytime recent or soon?
Depends on how the economy keeps going.
With the economy bad right now, do you think it peaked or do you think that it's going to come back down eventually?
I think people are always going to want to gamble, no matter what. People are always going to want to make it a quick buck, and so I don't ever really see poker slowing down.
I feel like I was just talking to someone or reading something the other day about Las Vegas, and since this whole economy has just been in a little bit of a recession, Vegas has been really affected by that, and people not going out on their trips. And so if that's any tell, I definitely think it'll be affected by the economy. Like, some people will get hopeless and just be like all in, but
in the same sense, though, I think people will just have more home games. They just won't go to the casino. But,
they do exist.
So you think the money that people pay for the casinos to host the event is maybe a problem for people because the money's a little bit more tight and you have to pay like a big entry fee and like the casino rate?
yeah, a lot of people realize that. Why should they give their money to a casino? Yeah, like you said, that casino always takes a rate. What's the point of that when you can just have your own friends and then someone you know is going to win as opposed to the casino?
So do you think that's why people play more online now than they do live because the rate is a little bit less?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the biggest part with internet gambling is convenience. Like, you don't have to drive all the way. The closest one to me, I believe, is Morongo. I mean, that's not, you don't just get in your car and drive over there, especially with gas prices the way they are and stuff. People sit down in your underwear in your bed, just chill and try and win some money.
So it's a lot more convenient to just sit at home and maybe multitask and like other things you have to do rather than go play in a live tournament.
And online, you can play 4 or 5 tournaments at once, as many as you want. I know several people who play multiple tournaments at once, and you can't do that at a casino.
Do you think the games are tougher to beat now since it's a lot more competitive?
I wouldn't say so. poker itself, not really.
Well, like you said, I mean, the game's never going to change. It's always going to be the same game, same rules, same way of winning. But I think, if anything, it might even be easier. Yeah, there's a lot more people playing, but there's a lot more people who have no idea what they're doing, and are just going to be giving you their money. So it's a great time to play.
Yes, sir.
We all know that poker is accessible to everybody that's 21 and over, and even in Europe, it's even 18. I was just wondering, what kind of age groups do you have inside like a poker room, like women maybe, or elderly people?
There's all kinds of age groups. I mean, someone said earlier, your grandpa play, your parents play. There's people younger who even play. Poker is universal, I think. It knows no boundaries, and everyone loves the game. So.
I think women try and play. I mean, they'll never be as good as men at it, but they're getting there.
I honestly agree with them due to the fact that I'm not being sexist or anything, but it's just most females let their emotions show more than males do, and sometimes that could be a really, really big problem when you're playing in person. You could meet a female from head to toe, so
They wear really big sunglasses.
Yeah, those bug eye sunglasses.
Is it hard to see past those big bug eye sunglasses? Or?
I normally wouldn't agree with what he said, but you put an interesting perspective on it. It's because, not to sound sexist, women do a terrible job of hiding their emotions.
I wasn't really sincere about it, but thank you.
No, we're just being logical about it, and it really does. It's that, they could be perfect. We're all equal, but just the emotion side itself takes an effect. Even if they have the glasses, they start questioning, things in that nature, yeah.
What about if the internet became illegal to play poker online? Do you think that live play would increase or maybe even decrease?
There'd probably be illegal sites.
I really think that would put a damper on poker altogether.
Yeah.
Because especially like we were saying with the recession and stuff, people don't want to go out. They don't want to do big trips to Vegas, but they still have the convenience of the thing on the internet. So I think if it were made illegal on the internet, people they'd find other ways.
But they wouldn't stop playing.
Never.
Never. I don't think anything can stop people from playing.
So there'll always be a big market for poker.
There'll be a LimeWire of poker somewhere out there. And people are going to do it no matter what.
I think that if it was legal, it would definitely be like poker would be more for the poker players instead of for everybody. Not everybody, because not everybody goes to Vegas.
The pure poker players.
Yeah. Because most people that go to Vegas, if they don't know how to play poker, then they sit down and play some slots or something else. And the people who grew up playing poker and things like that just play table games. And that's the people who poker is for, like when it's on the table, not when.
That's interesting. Why do you think people play poker over maybe blackjack, craps, or slots, or anything like that in that sort of? It's still gambling,
Slots and stuff, it's easy. You're not playing for skill, you're playing for odds. Like with poker, you know what you have, you know what you can do with what you have, and you can play off that. When you're playing slots and like roulette and stuff, it's all odds.
So it's kind of in the machine's hands instead of in your hands. So you'd rather have
You're not playing
it.
against the house. You're playing against other people. So you're not worried about machines being rigged or anything like that. Anything wrong with the cards. But it's up to you and how well you can read the other players around you and how well you can bluff. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, you're playing against other people as opposed to like something like blackjack when you are just playing against you and the dealer. And I mean, he's got like 5x. What are your odds? You have these horrible odds at getting what you want, and your money goes so quickly in a game like blackjack. The higher you bet, the quicker your money goes.
And that's one game where people can lose gracefully. I think people, you will give someone props. Hey, if they beat you, hey, you got me.
You outsmarted me, exactly.
So it's kind of like a camaraderie thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You respect other players because they maybe outplayed you or.
You can learn from them, things in that nature, yeah, definitely. I think literally two pokers gonna have the upper hand in that.